very bad problems, physical and emotional abuse within the class. And that teaching was about how to love each other and not to have that kind of abuse.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman, Logan Crawford.
They now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're exploring a powerful and deeply personal book. It is called Spirit of Love, and it is written by two terrific authors, Lynne and Barry Berghorn. This courageous and compassionate guide sheds light on the invisible wounds caused by emotional, mental, and verbal abuse. Through personal testimony and healing wisdom, this book empowers survivors to reclaim their voices and break the cycle of abuse and rediscover self-worth. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at City of Books for helping us put him on TV today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Barry, thank you so much for joining me here today.
I'm glad I'm here.
Glad to have you on the show, sir. This is an important book. What inspired you to write Spirit of Love?
What is what? I'm sorry.
What inspired you to write this book?
Well, Lynn has always had a love of children and children in needs. And when we lived in London some years ago, she got involved with the Cheney Center for Cerebral Palsy, and there was a little boy by the name of Michael that was 4 years old that she, over a long period of time, taught to eat by himself and to dress himself. And from then on, she really wanted to be helpful to children in need. And when we moved to Cincinnati, she in fact taught a class, third grade class, once a week because they had very bad problems, physical and emotional abuse within the class. And that teaching was about how to love each other and not to have that kind of abuse. And she wrote a poem about that called Magic Circle. Would you like me to read that to you now?
That'd be beautiful. Yes, I'd love to hear it.
Magic Circle. Thoughts and secrets, boo-boos and troubles, laughter and sneezes, even hugs and squeezes, memories and warm feelings, your gifts to me, notes and drawings I'll treasure, I'll always keep. You've made me feel important, dear children, with your kind and caring ways. Always remember your magic, listening and talking, sending love all around the circle. I'll never forget you. As I said, we made copies and gave each class member a copy of that particular poem.
Beautiful
Another
poem.
area that she had a great interest in is hospice. And she worked with ladies, older ladies in hospice quite a few times. Mrs. Riley was one in Cincinnati she worked with, and she saw about 3 or 4 times a week, and really did a very nice visit with her. And she wrote a poem about it, Mrs. Riley's Bird. It's on page 83. Several times a day, a little bird visits Mrs. Riley. He sits on her window ledge, rustles his wings to say, hello. He's Mrs. Riley's bird. A sweet hello, sung several times a day, all the better because he's free. Free to fly, free to stay away. Each day he comes, he sings, hello. Mrs. Riley's smile welcomes him. Laying in her bed, she turns her head. She says, he's here, a little bird, Mrs. Riley's bird. And while Lynn was there, this little bird came all the time. And she kind of related to possibly the Holy Spirit visiting Mrs. Riley every day. It was such a beautiful experience.
That is such a beautiful poem that was written by your wife, right?
That's correct.
And
all of the poems were written by my wife. I'm the one that put them on a computer.
Well, you guys were a good team because you put together a beautiful book that'll help people through some difficult times and maybe understand themselves a little bit better. What do you hope readers take away from this book? What do you hope they get from it?
Well, I think that we would like to see them, if they're parents with children in needs, that they would get this book and it would help them more with their children, and that they could actually use the book with their children in calming the I don't know, the whatever the problems may be.
Mhm.
She she really wanted that to happen, and to have parents understand her poems about children. So I don't know. Is I can read another one about uh, uh, children.
Sure.
I'm I'm sorry, I'm getting all confused here.
No worries. You're
Uh,
doing great.
let me let me let me read Waterfalls to you.
Okay.
It's really the poem about uh, people to read the book.
Hmm.
As sparkling water cascades over the boulders, beautiful waterfalls form. In the dazzling sunlight, I let my worries and cares roll off my shoulders. I see their insignificance as I look at the beauty, the awesomeness of nature. I feel God's caring, loving hand in play. I have only to ask Him, and I will never carry my burden alone. Uh,
Beautiful. That's another beautiful poem. Lynn is very, very talented at writing and capturing feelings and expressing things that really can't be expressed in ways other than poetry, I think.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
She she really loved writing poetry
Yeah.
and writing it about children, about love, about God. Uh, it was something that it was her life.
Yeah. Wonderful. How long were you two married?
Sorry,
How long were you married?
how long were we married?
Yep.
48 years.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah, but it was a good time. It was
Yeah.
a good time day in, day out.
Wonderful. Well, you're blessed to have each other for about a half a century. I know you miss her now, but her words live in this book, which I think is quite wonderful. Her legacy will last, in perpetuity because of this wonderful book that you guys have put together.
Oh, I hope so, because I I really love the fact that it is being published. It is being uh, talked about by the Christian Faith Publishing and by City of Books.
Mhm.
It's really it really makes me feel good that she may be up there looking at this and saying thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How important is faith in your life and was faith in your life as a couple together?
Well, it was like every couple, I suppose we've had a couple of disagreements along the way, but by and large, we settled those agreements. We got through them happily and pursued new ways and methods of being together.
Yeah.
And it was really a learning experience of a long time, and it was a good experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when did you guys write this book together?
Well, she started writing the poetry when we lived in Cincinnati, and then when we moved to California, she really got involved with it, and paid attention to every day coming to her book and thinking about new poems, or rewriting some that may have not have been at what she wanted. So we spent a lot of time. She spent a lot of time while we were here in writing the book, and then we would be together and discuss it. And she might get further ideas from it and redo the poem, and I'd rewrite it and put it in the computer, and we'd move on from there. So it was a continuing experience and one of really, really a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it was great crafting and creating something together. How do you see this book as a pathway to healing and understanding?
As a pathway to,
Healing and understanding.
well, I think there's a lot of poems in here uh, that indicate ways that they can look to God for help, that they can have a way to experience good things with their family. In other words, that she would help them on a day-to-day basis, be really kind in their family and their children, with their children.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we're glad you guys produced this book. It's a beautiful book. It is called Spirit of Love. It's more than just a book. It is a pathway to healing, understanding, and reclaiming your power. Barry, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Well, thank you so much. Well, she just was a wonderful, wonderful lady, and this was a wonderful, wonderful book that she wrote. And I'm so glad you talked to me about it, and that I could have done better, I guess, in describing things than I did, but I really thank you so much for that.
Well, you did a great job, and her love and her spirit and her goodwill is palpable within the pages of that book and within the lyrical words of her poems. They're quite beautiful, and you did a great job representing her work, and yourself in this wonderful book today. I thank you so much. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.